Are you excited for cheap flights with Zipair, but you're worried about all the add-on costs and if they're worth it? Well, I've done hours of research on all of the extras so that you don't have to. I'll break down Zipair's paid options, helping you make the most of your journey without overspending because it is time to maximize your value. And I'll have 2 bonus tips at the end, so you do not want to miss those to ensure you have a comfortable flight. Hey friends, I'm Amy. I'm a full-time working mom in Silicon Valley, and on my channel you'll find accessible Japanese travel and eats information, especially helpful for busy parents. The first thing you have to know is seats. So seats, there are 2 options, lie flat and standard. So they don't call it business class for the lie flats because literally all you get is the lie flat seats, a little more space, and no other frills. So you still have to buy all the different things just like everybody else, but you do get lie flat seats. Now let's talk about exactly what you get with this seat. First thing is seat pitch, which means the seat to seat distance. So how many inches are in front of you, inches or centimeters. So for a lie flat seat, you get 42 inches of space between you and the seat in front of you. Now, in a standard seat, that's 31 inches, so you get 11 extra inches. So if you have long legs, that is really, really good news for you. Now, seat width. This is between your armrests. You get 20 inches in the lie flat seats, whereas you get 17 inches. So it's just a little bit smaller, so not a huge difference there, but if you don't want to touch the people next to you, right, that is still a difference. It's not that big of a difference. Plus, you don't have people right next to you in the lie flat seats, so it might not make that much of a difference, but if you have wide shoulders or if you just, need your space, this could make all the difference. One thing to call out is in order to buy lie flat seats, you have to be 7 years old or older. So if you have kids, you cannot fly with them in that area with you if they are under 7 years old. So I know friends that have waited until their kids are at least 7. When you buy your ticket for Zipair, that does not include seats. So in order to choose your seat, you have to pay for that upgrade. Now that can vary depending on what seat you choose because there are tons of variations in fees based on, do you want to be at the front of the plane, the back of the plane? Is it a non-reclining seat? Is it a middle seat? Or is it a window seat? Or obviously the light flat seats. There's going to be a difference between, are you going to be in the outside or are you going to be in the inside? So there is a difference in what you choose, so be aware of that. If you want to select your seats in advance, you have to buy it 24 hours or before your flight takes off because otherwise you're out of luck and you're doing the seat lottery just like the other people that chose not to upgrade their tickets or pay the extra fee. And you need to book it online if you're looking to save money because they will charge you an additional fee. One, if you try to do it at the airport and they let you, or if you call into the contact center and have somebody book that for you. Either way, if someone else is touching it and you're not booking it online, you're paying extra. So if you're asking, what is that fee for the additional seat selection charge? That can range, like I said, depending on what seat you choose, but it can range. This is a SFO to Narita comparison. It can range anywhere from $6 for non-reclining seats. These are ones that don't go back, people. Or it could go all the way up to $75 if you want the front window seat. And it could change depending on your route or high season, things of that nature. But this is just an example of what it was at the time that I was looking them up. Now let's talk baggage. This is a huge thing that we need to think about, right? A lot of airlines now charge for baggage, but let me break this down for you for Zipair. You are allowed carry-on 2 pieces within a certain measurement, and I will go over those in a second. You get 2 items totaling, so the sum being 7 kilograms, which for those of us that work in pounds is times 2.2, so about 15 pounds. So you need to make sure your carry-ons, if you're taking 2, are within the size and within the weight. So your first carry-on limit is 15.7 inches times 9.8 inches times 21.6 inches. Your second one, it is a little bit smaller, 13.8 inches by 9.8 inches by 17.7 inches. The centimeter equivalents are listed as well. And for this, we're looking at about $38 if you want additional weight for your carry-on. So you can go up to 14 kilograms. That's twice the weight, so about 30 pounds, but you will pay an extra about $38 at the time of my research at this point in 2023. For the additional carry-on weight, if you want to purchase that, again, you have to buy that more than 24 hours before. They will not let you add it at the airport, is what I have read. If you have experienced otherwise, I'd love to know, so drop it in the comments. Or just for a frame of reference, this carry-on that I have is the size of the first carry-on, and it meets the requirements. So this is going to be fantastic to take on. If you have something similar to this size, make sure to measure, but it should be just on target. Now let's talk checked baggage. You can check up to 5 bags per person. Now that seems a little crazy to me. Maybe if you're going somewhere and moving there, that might make sense to you. But for me, I try to travel minimally, so 5 is not going to be something I need, but you can take up to 5 pieces of luggage at 30 kg each. So multiply that, it's about 60, a little over 60 pounds. Now for each of those checked items, they can only be a maximum of 203 centimeters or 80 inches. I have a carry-on that is only about 50 or so, so it is way smaller. You can pack these big old suitcases and take 5 of them if you want to. Just to give you a range on some of these prices, again, this is from the SFO Narita range that I'm looking at, is $54 for a standard check-in bag. Now, if you're looking at some of these oversized sporting equipment type things, there's 2 other prices. So $73 is the sports equipment, slightly bigger than your average check-in item. And then if you're looking at like surfboards or bikes, something really large, that is about $118. Food is another big thing. So you have to buy everything. Nothing is served to you for free. Everything requires a price. In this case, when I looked, there were 5 different offerings, and this is from San Francisco to Narita. There was grilled chicken, ravioli, meatball, hayashi rice, and creamed pork. There were 5 options, and I've also been told that you need to book this beforehand if there's something specific that you want, because there is high likelihood that they might not have it available to you if you just try to buy it on the plane. If there's something specific, get it. Otherwise, you risk not getting any sort of food. Now, the interesting thing is when I looked even from San Jose to Narita, because it's just a little bit away, they're completely different foods. So when I looked, it was Korean barbecue beef, sweet and sour pork, chicken teriyaki, salmon shiokoji, which I love, and mushroom orzo pilaf. And keep in mind, this is just a small meal. It's not going to be the whole set that normally comes in a different airline, where you get the main meal, a roll, a this and a that, a salad, drink, all that stuff. There's none of that. It is literally just the main meal itself. And then if you want a drink, that is about 300 yen, depending on what you get. So everything you buy separately, just note that and don't get upset that they don't give you any sort of little appetizer, side, anything like that. Also, there's no cash. I don't know if you like to pay in cash. I do not. I hardly ever carry cash these days. I'm trying to do it more just in case, but card, that's all they take. They are cashless. Amenity bags. You can choose to buy an amenity bag because you get no frills, just like I mentioned before. There are literally no frills even in the lie flat area. So if you want anything, blanket, earplugs, mask, pillow, slippers, any of that, you have to buy the amenity kit. There's an amenity kit size A, set A, which is 2,500 yen. And for 3,000 yen, you get an extra bag to put it all in. I don't think that's really necessary, but if you want the amenity bag, they give you a neck pillow. Just remember that if you want to buy anything, you have to buy it 24 hours before. You actually cannot buy it at the time. And for other countries, you have to purchase it 48 hours before. The US is the only place where you have the 24 hours before. So everywhere else, 2 days before, make sure you place that order if you want any sort of amenity bag. Now you might be saying, well, what if I want it all? There is a package deal. So there are different package deals depending on what you want. And value package A includes the seat, check-in of 30 kilograms, plus a standard meal. Mind you, for the seat, you cannot pick special seats like front row, exit row. You cannot pick special seats. It is standard seats. You still have to pay for the seat selection part of it. Now with the premium set, you get everything that's in the value set plus a check-in bag plus an amenity bag, set A, not the one with the bag. So if you're one to say, yes, I want it all, I just don't want to worry about what I'm going to add when I'm not going to add, then by all means, just get the premium, be done. You're still saving a ton of money. And from what I can tell, if you are booking online for multiple people, you have to buy the same package for everyone on your itinerary. So even if you have kids and you're going, I don't really want to buy the premium package for my children, it seems like you're out of luck. Again, if you've had experience with this and you've been able to buy separate things for people, I want you to drop it in the comments because I need to look into this further. Okay, now I promised you 2 bonus items at the end, and this is crucial stuff to know, so here we go. The first thing is you get free Wi-Fi. When I said you don't get anything for free, I lied to you. You do get free Wi-Fi. However, if it's down, and I have heard of times where it was down, that means the on-flight entertainment or in-flight entertainment is down also. So make sure you have stuff downloaded to your devices so that if their in-flight entertainment is not working, you still have options because it is a long flight to not have anything to do either for yourself or for those children that you are traveling with. The second thing is if you cannot sleep with light, bring an eye mask or invest in that amenity kit that has an eye mask in it because they don't have actual window coverings. It dims, it darkens, but it is not a full window covering that you slide down. Be aware of that. Some people have complained that there's light that shines through or it's bright, all that kind of stuff. If you need complete pitch black, bring your eye mask. It'll just make the experience a whole lot better. Or bring something to cover your window, maybe a little tape, maybe wrapping paper, leftover wrapping paper, I don't know, but just come prepared. If you found value in this video, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along on the journey, hit that notification bell so you get an alert next time we load a fun video, and remember to go check out the other Japan videos.